Welcome to our Trump Briefing Show. Today, we're diving into some hot topics that are making headlines. First up, NPR is fighting back in court against President Trump's executive order to cut their federal funding. They argue it's a violation of free speech and the First Amendment, and they're not backing down easily. Next, Trump's media group is making waves by planning to raise a staggering $2.5 billion to invest in Bitcoin, aiming to shake up the financial world and promote economic freedom. And finally, Trump has directed an investigation into Democratic fundraising platforms, but it's raising eyebrows because it seems like a targeted move that could impact upcoming midterm elections. So, that's the scoop for today. NPR is standing up for its independence, Trump is venturing into the crypto market with big ambitions, and his campaign is under scrutiny for foreign donations. It's a busy day filled with legal battles, financial ambitions, and political strategies. Please continue to stay tuned for more detailed insights and updates on these stories. The NPR lawsuit against President Trump, as reported by NPR itself, vividly illustrates the ongoing battle for press freedom in the United States. NPR, along with several public radio stations, contends that Trump's executive order to defund the organization infringes upon the First Amendment, which guarantees free speech and a free press. The legal complaint describes the order as an attempt to punish and control the media, especially targeting outlets that the administration perceives as biased. NPR emphasizes that most of its funding comes from congressional allocations and corporate sponsorships, not direct federal support, and argues that the order threatens the very existence of the public radio system that millions rely on for vital news. This lawsuit underscores the broader concern that under Trump's administration, press freedom is increasingly under threat, with the executive order seen as a form of censorship aimed at silencing unfavorable coverage. Meanwhile, Al Jazeera reports on Trump media's ambitious plan to raise approximately $2.5 billion to invest in Bitcoin, signaling a significant shift in the company's strategy to diversify revenue streams and embrace the financial sector. Trump media intends to build a Bitcoin treasury, holding the cryptocurrency alongside cash and short-term investments, with custody provided by firms like Anchorage Digital and Crypto.com. This move is framed by CEO Devin Nunes as a step toward financial freedom, aligning with America First principles. The company's crypto ventures, which include NFTs, meme coins, and stakes in Bitcoin-related enterprises, reflect a broader trend of Trump's family and allies immersing themselves in cryptocurrencies, despite skepticism from lawmakers like Elizabeth Warren. The crypto push, however, has attracted scrutiny and controversy, with critics questioning the transparency and legality of some donations and investments, revealing a complex and often contentious relationship between Trump's political ambitions and the volatile world of digital assets. The Toronto Star details President Trump's recent focus on investigating Democratic fundraising efforts, specifically targeting ActBlue, the online platform that facilitates Democratic contributions. Trump's executive order to investigate foreign and fraudulent donations highlights concerns over election integrity, but critics argue it is a politically motivated attack aimed at hampering Democratic campaigns. An analysis of donations over the past 5 years reveals numerous questionable contributions from overseas, including donors with ties to foreign interests or with suspicious addresses, such as a La Quinta Inn in California or vacant buildings. The article also points out that Trump's own campaign has received similar problematic donations, raising questions about his selective outrage. Critics say this investigation is an attempt to undermine Democratic fundraising infrastructure, especially as ActBlue outperforms its Republican counterpart, WinRed. With fears that an investigation could cripple Democratic fundraising efforts, Democrats worry about the potential loss of millions and the broader implications for election fairness and campaign finance integrity. The Independent reports on the emergence and spread of a new COVID-19 variant, NB.1.8.1, which has been gaining attention globally and within the United States. Originating from Asia, where it has caused increased hospitalizations, this variant has now been detected in 22 countries, including several U.S. states such as New York, California, and Ohio. Despite its growing presence, health authorities like the CDC and WHO consider the risk to global health as low, emphasizing that current vaccines remain effective in preventing severe illness caused by this strain. However, the variant's increased transmissibility raises concerns, especially as vaccine access in the U.S. faces limitations, with the FDA requiring additional clinical trials for updated vaccines. Experts warn that while the variant may not be more deadly, its ability to spread more easily could lead to localized surges, underscoring the importance of vaccination and continued vigilance. Deutsche Welle highlights the rampant spread of AI-generated misinformation surrounding Pope Leo XIV, the recently elected head of the Catholic Church. Several viral videos and social media posts falsely depict the Pope making statements he never uttered, such as criticizing Donald Trump or responding to political figures like Burkina Faso's junta leader, Ibrahim Traoré. Investigations reveal these videos are manipulated deepfakes, created using advanced morphing and AI techniques, with disclaimers confirming their fictitious nature. The Vatican's official channels have issued warnings about these falsehoods, emphasizing the importance of verifying sources amid the rise of sophisticated synthetic content. DW underscores that AI-generated fake news is becoming increasingly convincing, making it crucial for the public to scrutinize digital media carefully and rely on verified information. South Africa's response to U.S. President Donald Trump's false claims about the country's crime statistics is examined by Deutsche Welle, illustrating how misinformation can be challenged with factual data. Trump had alleged a white genocide in South Africa, prompting local experts to scrutinize and debunk these assertions. DW reports that South African authorities and researchers have broken down crime statistics by race for the first time, providing a detailed, factual perspective that contradicts Trump's inflammatory rhetoric. This effort demonstrates the country's commitment to transparency and the importance of evidence-based analysis in countering misinformation. The South African case exemplifies how credible data and expert insights can effectively dispel false narratives, emphasizing the need for accurate information to combat the spread of harmful stereotypes and conspiracy theories. The Associated Press reports that South Africa is firmly denying allegations that it has manipulated its policies to favor Elon Musk's Starlink satellite business. The country's Minister of Communications, Sally Malatsi, clarified that recent proposals to relax black ownership requirements for tech firms were not aimed at benefiting any specific company, including Starlink. These regulations, which mandate that foreign-owned companies sell 30% of their subsidiaries to black or disadvantaged racial groups, are part of South Africa's broader economic empowerment agenda. Critics, including opposition lawmakers, questioned whether the timing of the policy change was suspicious, especially after President Cyril Ramaphosa's meeting with U.S. President Donald Trump, during which Trump made unfounded claims about violence against white South African farmers. Malatsi emphasized that the policy was designed to increase market competition by allowing multiple operators to enter the sector, denying any conspiracy or special treatment for Starlink, which has yet to formally apply for a license. The Independent reveals a tense and fractured atmosphere within the Pentagon, where a Cold War is reportedly taking shape among senior advisors to Defense Secretary Pete Hegseth. The discord is exemplified by a contentious rivalry between aides Eric Giresse and Ricky Buria, whose relationship has been marred by accusations of marginalization and attempts to elevate their own standing within the administration. Sources describe heated disputes, such as Giresse's frustration over being excluded from meetings and concerns about Buria's influence, which have contributed to a climate of instability. Despite official statements claiming the department remains united and focused on its core mission, insiders warned that the ongoing personnel conflicts and recent scandals threaten Hegseth's leadership and the department's cohesion, raising questions about the long-term stability of the defense team amid internal power struggles and political pressures. The Independent also features Peter Mandelson's call for a renewed and vigorous transatlantic alliance, stressing the urgent need for Britain and the U.S. to collaborate more closely to counter China's growing technological and strategic dominance. Mandelson criticizes Europe's reliance on U.S. security guarantees and urges European nations to increase defense spending to avoid living in a fantasy of protection. He advocates for a boot up the backside to revitalize the alliance, emphasizing that peace and prosperity in the 21st century depend on strong military, economic, and technological cooperation among like-minded countries. His remarks come amid Britain's plans to boost defense spending and amid warnings from the IMF about the economic impact of global trade tensions, which could slow UK growth despite recent trade agreements with the US that aim to reduce tariffs and foster closer economic ties. Thank you for tuning in. The content above showcases the latest briefing reports and analytical synopses, thoughtfully curated by the 6Do team. These insights stem from a wide array of reputable media outlets, think tanks, government sources, and specialized experts worldwide. We encourage you to explore these sources for a comprehensive perspective. Keep in mind that while the content may not always align with the official standpoint of 6Do Brief, it's not meant to be taken as absolute directives for decision-making. Comprising seasoned media professionals, learned scholars, and accomplished scientists, the 6Do team embodies a trailblazing, fully independent media entity. To customize 6Do Brief to meet your professional needs, you have the option to subscribe to a diverse array of briefings on our website, 6dobrief.com. Regardless of your location, you can conveniently receive 6Do Brief via email.